So if you've already seen part 1, you're probably now here in part 2 where we're actually going to be adding the materials to our ring, right? So in part 1 we actually did the modeling, and now we just need to add those beautiful materials, add some nice lighting, and just really make our luxury ring here in Blender come alive and feel like a real sort of product, something we'd actually want to own, okay? So let's jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so in part 1 we modeled this. Now we're gonna make it look beautiful. So we're gonna go and select the ring. We'll go G, Z, and move it up till it sits on the floor. Then we're gonna go Shift A. Let's just go to Mesh Options, add in a plane. And currently we can see that the ring is quite large compared to this plane. So maybe let's just grab our ring, we'll scale it down, and we'll make it till it's about as big or as wide as the plane, and we'll just bring it down. Something like this. We're all kind of on the same scale, right? Then we'll grab our plane. We'll go S to scale it up nice and big like this. And then we're going to go and get our camera. This is the important bit. We'll first of all position ourselves in the scene. Then we're going to go Shift A. We're going to go to our camera options and add in a camera. Then if you press 0 on the number pad, because you have the camera selected, you can hit G and then the middle mouse button and just zoom back like this. Zoom back quite a bit and then go to your camera settings. And this is the trick. We want to make the focal length something like 95, nice and big, maybe even 120, right? And then we can go G to move the camera, click, and then G, middle mouse button, and just move it in. There we go. And then I'm going to go over to my 3D cursor. Because I have my camera selected and my 3D cursor is in the middle, I can double tap R and I can kind of rotate my camera like this. So I'm going to go something like that. I think that sort of angle looks very good in the diamond ring world. So I'm just rotating my camera till I get a shot that I like. Might go in even closer, get as much of this ring as I can. Okay, we can always adjust it a bit later, but you get the idea, right? Maybe I'll just take that focal length to like 140 maybe even. There we go. That big focal length, narrow focal length is also going to give us a nice depth of field later. So let's go over to our render, change it to cycles, which I think is really important to get a really good result. Go to your device, change it to GPU if you have one. If not, stick to CPU. It'll be a bit longer, but it'll still render. And then under the max render samples, very important, we want to change it to 45. Now I would go at least 200 if I'm you, but because I'm doing a tutorial, I'm going to keep it at 45. Then we're going to go Shift A, we're going to go to our light options, add in an area light. We're going to go G, Z, and move the area light up. Go to your light properties and give it a strength of 90, and increase the size to 2 meters. And then go Z and go rendered. And then what you want to do, okay, because we have the transform pivot to 3D cursor, Shift D to duplicate, double tap R, and then rotate this light. Put one over here, Shift D to duplicate R and rotate it around, and have another one just kind of coming from the back like that. So we have this lighting set up. Then let's take this light, make it 150 over here. The top one will make it 120. And then this one over here will make that 220, like so. So now if we go into our camera view, okay, you're gonna see we have this. You can go Control B and just drag over your camera just to limit the rendering to your camera view. But for now, we have this. Let's select our floor. So I've just clicked on the floor. I'm gonna go to my materials, go new, and I call it floor. And then we're gonna come to the base color and make it dark, almost black. Then we're gonna make it metallic, but not all the way, and then bring down that roughness to give us some nice reflection like that. Might make it not quite as dark, or something like that. There we go. And that sort of semi-reflection, like light reflection that you get on the floor, is really important. You might bring it down even a little bit more. Okay, and then we're going to select the actual ring body. We're going to go new, create a material and call it gold. Sorry, gold. And for now, we're just going to make it sort of like a yellowish color like this. Drag up the metallic and bring down the roughness. And we'll get to this in a little bit because we're not quite done with that material. We're going to make it look even better. But make sure to also bring that value up. So something like this. And you get different purities of gold, so it could look a little bit different depending on what you're doing. But for now, actually, you know, I think this ring might look better in silvery kind of color, maybe even a rose gold. We'll get to that. But for now, let's just leave it there. But what we do want to do now is select our main gem here. In rendered mode, we're going to go new over here. And what we'll do is we'll actually for now change it from principled to glass. So where's the glass? There we go, glass BSDF. Bring down the roughness almost all the way down, and then let's just give it sort of like a ruby red color for now. Something like that. And then let's go and grab these little gems. Okay, holding in shift, select all of them. So I'm holding in shift. Select all the way around, and I get the last one here is active, and I'm gonna go new. Then I'm gonna go Control L over here just to link all those materials. And let's just go Z and go rendered. And this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it glass as well. And I'm gonna bring down the roughness almost all the way down. And I'll leave it at there for now. But this diamond doesn't look quite right. We need to do some more work to the material. So let's select the gem. Let's go over to our shading workspace. Let's go into camera view. Let's go Z and let's go rendered. And what we want to do, we're going to come over here and go Shift A, search and get a mix. And let's get a mix shader. Place it on this cable. Then we're going to go Shift A, search and get a volume absorption. We're going to plug the volume absorption to the bottom socket, and we're going to give it a value of 4 on the density. And let's come here and make it sort of like a pinkish kind of color almost, like that. And now you're going to see, and then let's just bring that roughness down even a bit more, but not quite to 0. Now you're going to see that's looking absolutely beautiful, okay? So you can adjust this color ever so slightly over here to make it a bit lighter, but that's just got us that nice deep color. Okay, I think in this case, if we select our ring, I'm going to bring that roughness almost all the way down to 0. And I think we're going to go with sort of like a whiter kind of gold, just barely any gold in it. But you can see that this is looking rather strange, okay? And that is because we want to add a little bit of texture to it. It's just too smooth. So we're going to go Shift A, search and get a noise texture. We're going to take the factor and plug it into the roughness. Shift A, search, and let's get a ramp, get a color ramp, place it on here. And then let's drag this value in here and this one into here. And then let's increase that detail a lot. Let's take up the roughness a lot. Okay. And the one over here just slightly. There we go. Now that's looking a bit messy. So what we'll do is we'll just adjust these values. So almost drag the white till it's almost all the way up there, and the black just sort of touching over here. So just a slight amount of that roughness coming through. And then we're going to go Shift A, search and get a bump displacement. And let's take that factor or actually let's take the color output from the ramp, place it into the height, and then plug this into the normal. And then be very sure to make the strength 0.005, just barely registering. And then we can also take this guy over here, make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so what's now lacking here is just the lighting. We want to do the lighting a little bit better. So let's go over to our layout. We'll grab the top light, Z, go rendered, and it's right above. So we're going to double tap R and just sort of rotate it till it's sort of slightly back a little bit more. And then we're going to go R, Z, and we can rotate it around till the light sort of catches the profile of that ring a little bit better. We might also want to come here to the power and make it more like 50 for this top one. There we go. And have it kind of coming from the back a little bit more like that, sort of catching the rim lighting. And then we're going to go Shift D to duplicate, R to rotate, like that. Have this one coming from here. And then we're going to grab this one over here, Shift D to duplicate, R, Z, and rotate it around, kind of come from the front. And what you're seeing here is we're trying to make the ring pop out by having the lighting catch the rims here. That's really the trick here, to make it pop and look like a professional ring shot. The lighting here is really important. So it's a matter of grabbing these lights now, Shift D, R, Z, rotating them, and just letting them catch as much as possible those sort of like reflective edges without overpowering this area over here and seeing bigger lights here, right? We don't want this to be all whited out. So this is a little bit of a balancing act, but once you kind of get it, it works really well, okay? It's also really important to select this ring or any of the parts of the ring and go Control A and just apply the scale, because that will affect how the texture looks on here. And yeah, that's about it. So let's maybe grab our floor. Let's maybe make it a bit darker, or maybe you should make it even lighter. You can, in fact, both could work. Honestly, you can make it work, but it's really up to what you want to do. I might make it just sort of semi-dark, something like that. Maybe just sort of like a light shade of gray. But then I'm gonna kind of grab my camera, and this is where it really looks amazing. So I'm gonna grab my camera. I'm gonna go Shift A, add in an empty. Let's go for a sphere. I'll just move the sphere up, and I'll just scale that sphere down. And I'm gonna put it right where the diamond is here, the gem. I'm gonna grab the camera. I'm gonna go to my camera settings, make it depth of field, click on the object here, and I'm gonna select that empty. And then I'm gonna take my f-stop down to 0.05, and I'm gonna go Z, I'm gonna go rendered. And now you can see we have this nice soft focus. Now it's a bit too extreme, so we can slowly work our way up. So I'm gonna keep going up with the f-stop here till we get to about here. And now I think that's looking really, really nice. Okay, so the floor, that's one of the more tricky bits. You can kind of try a few different shots and colors, but that's kind of what I'm going with, like that. Another thing you can do is you can go to your world properties, and under the color here, you go add an environment texture. Now I have HDRIs already on my computer that I've saved, but if you wanted to, you could go to somewhere like HDRI Haven or Polyhaven. They have HDRIs that you can download for free, and you can import it. So I'm just gonna maybe grab like a studio one that I have, and I think that just adds some really nice lighting as well. So that's another thing that can really make this pop. Once again, you could just go to the internet, type in free HDRI, just to download that file, and then come over here like I just did and import it. Yeah, but every little step of that with the lighting is what really makes this pop. You can see that just looks amazing now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and go back into Solid. I'm gonna go Control S just to save. And let's go render, and let's just quickly render this image. And there we have it. Look at that. So this is a super nice, beautiful, realistic looking ring that we've made in Blender. So I know this is one of the more complicated ring tutorials I've done, but on the end of the day, it was kind of necessary to get all that detail. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this one, okay? So another thing I would recommend at this point as well is that you just grab your camera. You go Shift D to duplicate the camera, Control 0 to go into that one, and then just rotate that camera, right? And then try some other camera positions, okay? That can really get you some nice results as well. Try moving the camera and seeing what you can do. And there's some different shots. So I'm going to try this one over here. And have a look at that. How beautiful is that? So yeah, try that as well. So I'll see you guys next time. And for those of you supporting the channel on Patreon, you will be getting access to this. So check that out on the Patreon. I'll see you guys next time.